Okay, so it's been a minute since we looked at the tub. I think actually it's been about a week and a half, and I've already been out this morning early and fed, and lots of fry and the usual tadpoles. Even had a slug going across the surface. But I wanted, now that the bulk of the sun has passed over and we don't have as much glare, I wanted to come out and do some dipping. Sorry for my camera work there. See what we can see, if anything different from the other day, or if things are growing out more, or what's going on today. So got my handy dandy Lee's specimen container. So I'm going to try to be a little more aggressive today with the dipping and see what it yields. We still got nice black water. I see one small fry there in the bottom. If I had to guess, it's definitely a live bear type fry, so it's either a molly or a swordtail. So only one fry that I see in there. Lots of snails. So let's pour these guys back. And today I'm going to try to move the plants out of the way a little bit as I dip. So that's why I purposely got some plant on there, so that we might open up some area to dip in. So let's take another look and see what we get. No fry at all. Lots of snails, some plants, and this is surprising me a little bit because there were the usual dozens and dozens and dozens of, that was him sitting down, of fry this morning that ate. So I'm going to sit down here a minute and let them regroup, and you can see there are fry on the surface pecking at food that's still in there from this morning. So maybe I'm just a little slower. We'll try to give it another couple tries. There we go. There we go. So there are a couple of orange. Actually, there are several fry in there. I see 4. The 2 larger ones are the marigold varitus. I guess first cousins to what we call platies. And then there are a couple of other smaller. Actually, it looks just like the little live bear that we caught up in the top here. There's a gold dust platy fry, which I'm very fond of, so I'm glad to see those. So that's the 3rd scoop. So let me pour that out and see once again what might be lurking beneath the surface here. Oh, now there we go. Several, maybe half dozen or so of the marigold varitus. So as you see, there are lots of fry in here, and they are healthy. They're growing. None of these are thin or sickly or appear to have parasites. Of course, that would be a later stage development if they did. So I'll definitely treat all these if and when they go inside. So I'm going to let it kind of settle there for just a minute, and without editing it out, remove the ant that's biting my neck. I have had a couple of suggestions to remove some of the plants out of here, and that's one of the reasons that I wanted to kind of move the plants around and see what might develop if they had a more open area. I do have the little built-in plastic pond that's a couple 100 gallons just down the way there that I could put some of this stuff in a bucket and take down there, making sure that none of my fry are attached to it. So alright, let's give it one more. I'm not going to say one last or one final, because we know how that goes in previous videos, but one more quick scoop. let's see what we have. Again, it's a container full of the marigold varitas, which makes me quite happy. I like seeing those little gold fry there. And lots of snails, tons of snails. So that's great news for the Amazon puffer tank. Those guys are growing out and definitely love their snails, so good news for them. And for what I do plan to be my final scoop, I'm going to reach over to the very far side of the tub where we haven't been yet and see what's over there. Maybe off guard. And got lots of plant, lots of snails. I don't see any minnows, any fry. You notice there are no mosquito larvae at all in this water. I meant to point that out. I'm sure the fry dispatch them as soon as they hatch out of the mosquito rafts that the eggs are in, but I don't see any fry at all in this one. So I wonder if that means that they come over to me when I'm feeding them, and that's why there are more in the area that I'm in. Quite possibly. That scoop, only one fry, it appears. So that's our tub update for today, and I will go ahead and move. Actually, in the comments, if anyone has an opinion or cares enough or has the time to comment, let me know what you think about removing some of these plants to see if opening up an area would affect catching them. I can do a quick open spot while I'm here, but I mean a more permanent area, and see what that might yield later. I see nothing, of course, in this because I had scared them making the spot, but there are the original leaves. Actually, there is at least one larger fry over to the right there, just under my finger. But these are the leaves from last year, and that's what my tannins are coming from. So I'm getting down close to the bottom when I'm scooping now. So just leave me a comment. There's another little fry, so a couple of them in there. And let me know what you think about taking some of the plants out. It's my first year with tubbing. I'm open to all suggestions, anything except adding filtration and aeration. I want to keep it natural as possible. And we're halfway through the summer, so doing great. So thanks for watching, and you come back now, you hear?